Tonight, the father of the 5-year-old boy shot and killed by his 6-year-old cousin is sharing the story of his loss. He says Braxton Dykstra's death could have been prevented if people followed proper gun safety rules. Dominic Dykstra spoke with 13 On Your Side's Kiara Patterson about his son and what he wants others to learn about from his death.
He was a little jokester. He liked running around, like making people laugh, just being a weirdo. He definitely a little daredevil. Loved spending time with his sister.
The shooting of 5-year-old Braxton Dykstra happened April 1st in Garfield Township in the home of his grandparents on his mother's side.
And my daughter, it just hit her last night that my son will never be back. She understood that, he was dead. But last night I held her tight because she told me that she couldn't sleep without her bubby. And so I held her tight and I told her I wish I could bring him back.
The boy's father says Braxton was not playing with the gun. He says he was in the room watching TV with his sister.
My son sat down on the floor right underneath his sister, started watching TV. And the 6-year-old cousin shut the door and there was a shotgun, 12-gauge shotgun behind the door. And he pointed it at my son and said, "I was going to shoot you." That's when my daughter went to get up, go tell her grandpa, and she didn't make it out the door.
The father says he believes the 6-year-old's mother and the grandparents should be held accountable.
Should the mother do more time? Yes, absolutely. She failed her child, did not teach him discipline. But like I said, the father-in-law, definitely, he's the one that left the gun out. He said it was unloaded, but my son would still be here if it was unloaded.
This incident comes after a state law went into effect in February requiring gun owners to store weapons unloaded and locked in the presence of minors.
February 13th, that law was passed. Up to 15 years in prison with a $10,000 fine if a minor grabs a hold of a gun owner's gun and kills somebody with it. So yes, I do think that this definitely should, this needs to be pressed. This shouldn't be swept under the rug. But my son was the first one to have to find this.
If anything comes from this tragedy, he wants people to hear the message that guns should be secure and out of reach of children.
If you have guns and you got kids coming over, just put them up, out of sight, out of mind.
And Kiara, how is this family coping with this loss?
Yeah, Elena, as you can imagine, it's still very difficult, but Dominic tells me he hopes to get a certification so he can teach others how to properly store their guns. He said he simply wants to prevent another family from experiencing the pain and loss his family had to endure.
Very difficult. Thank you so much, Kiara.